So I actually, going back to that, you talked about in the planning stages, the success metrics and talking about your audience. And I feel like I want to kind of like, I want to double click or dive into that a little bit. It's so important, right? Understanding who you're going to bring into your market, not only for who you're going to recruit, but how you are going to create that test and support that test and how that aligns to the objectives. Sometimes your audience won't align with the objectives that you're trying to get. So having those conversations early seems very important. And, you know, I'd love for you to kind of expand on why it's so important for you in your space to be able to define who your user is before you start testing.
It's such a good question. And it's one that can make it a little hard, right? Because you have to be able to do this and you have to have these open, kind of transparent conversations internally and with customers.
Yeah.
And so with our betas, because we're actually testing with clinicians in the hospital, I have to have a first agreement with the hospital. So I start off by going, we start with our beta program. We actually define what are the success metrics, what are the subject matter experts. You know, we have a long checklist of things we kind of work through, but a big part of it is we say, okay, who is the best fit for this? Like who is the best hospital? And then who are the end users? And then I partner very closely with our sales team and we take these opportunities to our customers or to select customers and say, would you like to partner with us in this process? And we start off by going through, this is exactly what we're testing. This is who we think we need to test with. And then we ask them for feedback to say, this is what we need to test. This is who we think is the best audience. Is this right? And many times we'll do that multiple times where, you know, we start off with maybe a C-level executive at a hospital system who many times ends up being the sponsor of the test. But then we're usually meeting with nursing directors, nursing managers, or even like clinical informaticists. So we're meeting with these cross-functional teams across the hospital to say, this is what we're doing. This is what we're testing. Who is the very best person or team to be testing this? We don't want to test something where it is the wrong fit. And so we do this validation multiple times in different areas. And it goes beyond just fit too. Sometimes it's ones where we'll talk to a hospital. A recent partner was one of the hospitals we worked with was absolutely amazing. But when we start off, we said, oh, these are the units we thought. And they said, well, you know what? One of the units tends to be incredibly innovative. They love anything where they get to try something new. There's another one that, you know, they've been having some staffing, you know, there's been a lot of changes. They've had some of their lead nurses recently retire. They're stretched pretty thin right now. It's not like this maybe is something they'd want to do, but we don't think that right now innovation is a good space for them. And so it has to be sort of this multi-layered conversation.